My name is Pat Reilly. I'm the Senior Director of the Middle Office Buy-Side Team for FactSet Research Systems.
And I am Sean Murray, and I'm the Senior Director of Product for Performance Solutions.
For fiscal 2025, FactSet has declared that it plans to expand data offerings, deepen client workflow integration, and innovate with artificial intelligence. In the performance measurement space, what are the milestones that have helped FactSet to be able to deliver on its AI plans for performance measurement?
Sure, Eugene, I'll take that one. When I think about performance measurement in the AI space and how do we ready clients for that, I think about two things. One is data and data management and data persistency, being able to have a consistent population of portfolios and holdings that can be used across the firm and are robust, quality has been vetted, et cetera. The other aspect that we consider then in the AI space is what's the goal? Is there more of an agentic approach where we're looking for a defined outcome? Are we thinking more about commentary? Are we thinking about how clients interact with portfolio data? Each of those puts clients on a different path.
What are the major pain points that your performance measurement customers have identified for this year and beyond?
A couple of things come to mind for me there. Number one is certainly cost concern and budget, right? Clients of all shapes and sizes are being asked to do more with less, and that includes innovate, right? So that's number one, budget and resource. Number two, new asset classes, right? So private markets are certainly all the rage, but I still see clients that are moving from equity into fixed income or are transitioning from a mutual fund to an ETF structure. There are knock-on effects to all those implications. So if I were to summarize it, I think cost, budget, I think new asset classes are the two primary pieces that come to mind.
So in one of the sessions earlier, there was a question about AI adoption in the performance space and whether people have adopted it, if they're looking to adopt it, or if they aren't going to adopt it at all. A very small slice of the respondents have adopted it already, and a huge segment are looking to adopt it. So we see a lot of experimentation when it comes to AI in performance. There's some skepticism, there's some interest, there's some excitement, but there's a lot of experimentation. I think they're relying on us to kind of lead the way and give them some ideas.
And just quickly, I saw that too. What kinds of artificial intelligence are they looking at?
They haven't decided, or they haven't really, stipulated it. Later on, Joe's is talking about machine learning. That's one form of it. There's generative AI, which is what we've really heavily invested in. So I think it kind of runs the gamut.
The performance measurement team does not exist in a vacuum within a firm. How has FactSet been able to link the performance measurement team to other middle office groups such as the risk, attribution, and client reporting teams? How does FactSet help firms avoid situations where each group is restricted by islands of different data, different results, and IT infrastructures?
Yeah, great question, Eugene. Those types of silos can really cause issues for clients in terms of redundancy, but also in terms of potential data issues and downstream effects. One of the ways that we really look to help remove those silos or those issues for our clients is through the concept of a performance book of record, or creating a golden source of data that can be used across organizations without impacting the underlying raw data. So basically we're putting a wrapper on top of that golden source data, which can be manipulated based off of a risk user or a performance or an attribution user, while leaving the underlying data fully intact with that integrity.
Essentially, data is king. We've been talking about that again in the sessions, and results are the currency. So the results are what the performance team is generating, and it's what stitches everything together.
So beyond the pain points, firms are facing ongoing budgeting and headcount pressures. What are your performance measurement customers telling you about these challenges? How is FactSet addressing them? And do those challenges lend themselves to an AI-based solution?
So I'll take that one. We hear all the time that there's headcount pressures, right? Businesses are growing, but the staff is not growing. In fact, again, going back to the session, there was a question about in 5 years, is the size of the team going to be the same, or is it going to be kind of markedly smaller? Nobody said it was going to be smaller, but I have a feeling it's going to be smaller, especially if we are successful. So I think it's all about automation. Again, in the session, there was a lot of talk about gaining efficiencies and trying to automate manual tasks. I think that for the first time, right, generative AI is one of the few things that we're seeing that really helps accelerate that in a huge way.
And then somebody on the panel also said that it might be flat or smaller, but the actual job will be very complicated.
It could become more complicated, yeah.
How are FactSet's AI-based solutions changing the way that performance measurement teams operate. How can teams maximize what may be new workflows?
So we're kind of in the experimentation phase. When we talk about generative AI with our clients, there's a lot of skepticism. There's a lot of mistrust. I think people have that just in generative AI, generative AI in general. There's a fear, right, that you're going to get something wrong. There's a fear that you're going to give too much data to the cloud or to the large language model. But they are definitely telling us that they want us to back up the generative AI process into the production process. So they want us to essentially help them automate more in a much quicker way and do the job of, what people are doing today, where they want us to automate manual tasks. So we're pushing left, we're kind of shifting into the production process in performance with generative AI.
And actually, if I could add on, I'd take what Sean said and even maybe subdivide that out a little bit more in terms of aspects of how AI helps with data integration, potential outlier analysis, right? How do we get to that golden source? And then on the Gen AI piece, the portfolio commentary aspect, how do you start to automate more routine tasks that are less maybe value added, freeing up that analyst time or freeing up the team's time for more highly valued thought leadership or more highly valued client interaction?
And there seems to be a lot of energy in that area.
Yes, definitely.
So looking beyond 2025, what is on the horizon for FactSet's AI-based offerings for performance teams? What can your customers expect next?
So I think, again, from the experimentation phase, we are shifting into the production process. FactSet has been in the AI space with machine learning and other components for a long time. That's really on the data integration side. Pat talked about what we've done on the results analysis side and the results packaging side with commentary and other things. We are focused on the middle parts now. As we need to produce results and as we need to automate that, how can we embed AI or generative AI into that process?
And then lastly, how does each customer's set of challenges impact the future directions for FactSet?
Wow,
Like that one?
good question. I think personally, I've been most involved with AI on the FactSet side of things for the past, call it, year or so, and specific to our portfolio analysis, right? So portfolio commentary, our portfolio assistant. One of the things that stood out to me as I engage with clients across the spectrum is first, how similar that client experience or client concern is in terms of adoption and deployment, but also the desired need, right? That we don't have to change the world initially. There are incremental tweaks that start to really add up or become additive and shift workflows, really ease that automation and hopefully improve client interaction.
But sometimes you have to lead them there, right? So we build what our clients want, but sometimes, and especially in this case, I don't know if people can really articulate what they want or what they're expecting. So you have to, lead them in that way. And you've got to, like I said, keep on saying, you have to experiment. You have to show it to them. You've got to get feedback and then kind of keep on the journey.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Thank you.